This video is brought to you by capbeast.com. Design your own custom snapbacks and hats.
What's up guys, it's Nico here and I just need to share the sponsor with you guys real quick. The sponsor for today's video is capbeast.com. Capbeast.com is your one-stop shop for custom snapbacks that people from all around the world make. If you want to add more variety to the caps that you use, take a look at capbeast.com to find great designs that suit your liking. Back to the topic at hand. The 2019 NBA free agency has been defined by trades and all-stars on the move. It doesn't matter if that all-star is coming off a championship and a well-established franchise. It doesn't matter if the team has been the sole powerhouse of the NBA for the last 4 to 5 years. What I'm trying to say here is that player empowerment has been a theme for this year, and as a basketball fan, this is the best start to a season ever. That being said, there are still a few NBA stars out there who are stuck in their current situations. That's why I will be giving my take on who those 6 players are, and I hope you guys agree with me on this. If not, then that's fine. Just let me know in the comment section. Before anything else, I'll be giving a total of 3 2K20 giveaways this upcoming September, and the only thing you have to do to join the giveaway is follow me on my Twitter at Pacific Hoops. The word hoops has 3 O's in it, so don't forget. I'll put all of those who followed me on Twitter at a randomizer to determine who the winner would be. Again, follow me now on Twitter to have a chance at winning the next 2K game. At number 6 is Kevin Love. First off, I just want to say that Kevin Love is going to make $28 million this upcoming season, and the Cavs are oddly $12 million over the luxury tax, which is crazy considering that they're a team who's rebuilding, and $28 million. You just know that the Cavs are not going to take on that salary for the next 4 years, guys. I'm looking at this situation like how the Clippers immediately traded Blake Griffin when they signed him to a 5-year max. Anyway, Kevin Love is turning 31 this year, and he's at the point of his career wherein he wants to compete for a championship. He doesn't have enough years left in him to wait for a young team to blossom in the next 5 years. I don't see his contract being untradeable because this is still a productive player that once averaged 17 points, 11 rebounds, and 36% from 3 last year with the Cavaliers, and contenders will for sure be lining up for a guy like that to be on their squad. In my previous video a few days back, I mentioned bringing Kevin Love to the Pacers will be a great win-win option for both teams since the Cavaliers can get new potential building blocks in Domantas Sabonis and TJ Warren. The link is on the upper right hand of your screen if you want to check it out. Anyway, we need to get this man some help, and I think Indiana should think of a trade package now and save him from Cleveland. At number 5 is Blake Griffin. I just want to be honest with you guys that when Blake Griffin first got traded to the Pistons, I thought his career was done. Like, this is the place where his productions will start to decline, he'll lose motivation to play hard since he's not in LA anymore, you name it. But lo and behold, he actually played really well and posted all-star numbers in my opinion and stayed healthy for a majority of the year. His season last year with the Pistons was the first time he played over 70 games ever since the 2014 season back with the Clippers. You can say that this man is rejuvenated and ready to kick ass for another year. Well, I hate to break it to Pistons fans, but they are not going anywhere with the lineup they have right now. Here's what I'm trying to say. The Pistons only won 41 games last year with everything going great for them. Blake Griffin was posting all-star numbers, Andre Drummond was his usual double-double self and a menace on the defensive end, while Reggie Jackson was present in every game last year. The worst place to be in the NBA is not being last in the standings, but being in the middle. Being mediocre. That's what the Pistons have been for the last half-decade. Last season, Blake Griffin was able to average 24.5 points, 7.5 rebounds, 5.4 assists, and made 36% of his three-pointers. This is the best version of Blake that we have seen for his entire career, only to be met with a first-round sweep by the Milwaukee Bucks. For the sake of the people of Detroit and for Blake Griffin, I hope the front office finds a place for him to be traded to, wherein he can compete for a championship or be a mainstay in the playoffs at least. While for the Pistons, they can finally start rebuilding and give the keys to the young, promising players and see where this direction might go. At number 4 is Bradley Beal. Bradley Beal is one of the best rising stars in the NBA and someone who is stuck in a team that has no direction at all. They still don't have a permanent GM after the NBA draft, and the madness of free agency has already gone by. John Wall is assumed to be out for the season, and if this continues, Beal will be starting his prime years winning 30 games max. If I were Bradley Beal, I would immediately request a trade once he sees that this team is going nowhere and won't be winning games anytime soon. They just don't have the personnel right now to compete, even in the much weaker Eastern Conference. There are several news reports that Washington will try holding on to Beal until the summer of 2021, but if they go that route, they are just delaying the inevitable. If they want to fast track that rebuild and bring in more young guys to the squad, then trading Bradley Beal should be their first priority this year. If they want to get competent young players in exchange for Beal, maybe making a deal with the Denver Nuggets might be their interest. A package centered around Gary Harris, Michael Porter Jr., Monte Morris, and maybe first round picks might make them pull the trigger and let Beal compete for a title in the loaded Western Conference. At number 3 is Kyle Lowry. Finally a champion after all the heartbreaks that Toronto has experienced, Lowry is now at the point of his career wherein he might now need to move on. If Kawhi Leonard stayed with the Raptors, we wouldn't be having this conversation right now, since you know that the Raptors will try to run it back and see if they can get a two-peat. Too bad that scenario didn't happen in real life. I mean, yeah, sure, Kyle Lowry is loved in Toronto, but so is DeMar DeRozan. Masai Ujiri will always be thinking of the next big move that he can do that's always beneficial for the team. This is the reason why I feel like he might get traded somewhere else before he officially becomes a free agent in 2020. It's heartbreaking to tell Raptors fans this, but they wouldn't get past the Eastern Conference Finals this year unless Pascal Siakam becomes another LeBron or another Giannis, which is highly unlikely. The 76ers became stronger and retooled by adding Al Horford to their front court. The Bucks still have the Greek freak in Giannis Antetokounmpo. The Pacers are going all in with their new lineup after adding Malcolm Brogdon and Jeremy Lamb, and with Victor Oladipo coming back in December. Same for Boston, who are banking on Kemba Walker to be the best version of what Kyrie Irving couldn't be. If Masai trades Lowry somewhere else, it would mostly be for a young player that can complement the skill sets of Pascal Siakam and Fred VanVleet, who I'm sure they'll resign. A trade for Andrew Wiggins may be a gamble that Masai will do and see if he can light a fire in Canada's prodigal son and see if he can work with Pascal Siakam. Lowry, on the other hand, can fight for a playoff spot in the West along with Karl Anthony Towns, Jarrett Culver, and Robert Covington. At number 2 is Devin Booker. If I was gonna guess what's going inside Devin Booker's head, is that he's so sick and tired of losing. He has never seen or even sniffed a winning season in Phoenix and only won 24 games max for his entire career there. This team is being poorly run, and one day, Booker will just demand a trade because of how incompetent everybody is and the fact that DeAndre Ayton looks like the second coming of Jahlil Okafor. Saying that felt great. Finally got it out of my chest. Anyway, the Suns have consistently finished dead last in the Western Conference every season of his career except for his first year, wherein they were 14th in the West. A star player of Booker's caliber shouldn't be rotting with the Suns. Rusty Buckets actually mentioned in one of his videos that trading Booker to the Hawks for Cameron Reddish, Kevin Huerter, and first-round picks might do the trick and fast-track the rebuild for Atlanta. They'll have a young and top-notch starting five in Trae Young, Devin Booker, DeAndre Hunter, John Collins, and Alex Len. That backcourt defense might be atrocious, but their offense might be able to compensate for that anyway. The Suns might request a lot for Booker, but if they're going to put him in a situation wherein he can win and Phoenix receiving young assets and draft picks in return, then trading for Atlanta might just be the way to go. At number 1 is D'Angelo Russell. When Kyrie Irving has been teasing all of us that he'll be going to the Brooklyn Nets, we already know that Brooklyn will not re-sign D'Angelo Russell since they're basically the same players and will not fit at all in the backcourt. What was shocking though is that the Warriors were able to pull off a signing trade for D'Angelo Russell when Kevin Durant chose to join Kyrie in Brooklyn. Golden State was able to get something out of Kevin Durant leaving them and now essentially have a 3-guard lineup in Stephen Curry, D'Angelo Russell, and Klay Thompson once he returns from his torn ACL. Bob Myers said that they didn't get Russell only to trade him later on, but I beg to differ. I mean, sure, the Warriors will be able to reload and keep their offensive firepower, similar to last year, but having a Curry and Russell backcourt, the defense in the long run is just not gonna cut it. Klay Thompson's regression will just get faster if he continues to guard the bigger forwards in the NBA, and if Bob Myers is looking for a potential trade destination for Russell, the Minnesota Timberwolves might be that team that can make a suitable trade package for him and entice the Warriors. I was buying into the report that D'Angelo might end up with the Timberwolves even before free agency started. Now he officially gets to join Karl Anthony Towns and form a nice nucleus with Jarrett Culver and Andrew Wiggins. The Warriors in return can get Robert Covington, Josh Okogie, and a first-round pick in exchange for the All-Star guard. This way, they can find the wing that specializes in defense and three-pointers, plus a young guard who can back up Klay Thompson. This is a trade that I see will most likely happen once Golden State finds the best package they can look for. What do you guys think about this list? Do you have any preference on where you want to see these players? Let me know in the comment section below and I'll check it out. As always, if you enjoy watching more content like this and if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing and we will meet again. For everyone who subscribed already, I just want to say thanks again for the continuous support, and I'll continue to make quality videos for you guys every chance I get. This is Specific Hoops, signing off.